Oh, that's kind of funny. Wow. Whew. Okay. See? I read directions too after all. Okay. Now, I'm going to make up one more. And here's why. I'll get you back up here in the ceiling. And I'm only going to make up one. Okay, that end one, this end one, you know, that wire is going to be fished over here. So I'm not going to make that up because I've got to get that wire in that. So I'm not going to do anything with that one. Now this one here, I can put it together with two wires in it. Kind of like how I did this other one with just one wire. I'm going to put two wires in it. That way one wire is going to go over and feed this box. One wire is going to go over and feed that box. Okay? And so I can only do that to that one. Okay? As for this end one, you know, from here, it goes over to a junction box in the ceiling where I've got the wire that I have to connect to the light switch. Because if you remember from where the light switch is on the wall over there, it's hard to see it. There it is, right there. That light switch wire only went up to that location right there. That's where the existing ceiling light used to be. They took that out. They put an extension box on there, and then they installed those fluorescent light fixtures, those surface-mounted fluorescent light fixtures when they upgraded 25, 30 years ago and put this the drop T-bar system in. And I've already removed that. Hey, if you haven't watched those videos, you got to check that out. Okay? So, that middle one right there, I can go ahead and put a double one in there, or I could have done this one. I could have done this one and looped over here and over to there. Okay, so either one, take your pick. And that's what we're going to do next. Now see, this time I don't need a 7-foot pigtail at both sides of this light, because when I measure over from here to the other one, I got 32 inches or so. I got 3 feet. I got 6 inches coming down into both boxes. That's 4 feet. I got another foot or so just to kind of do whatever up in the attic. Okay, so that's a 5-foot piece, 2 of them, right? I have to have 2 out of there because the power is going to come this way. There's going to be one wire in, one wire out to the next one. One wire in, out, boom, 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 boom. Last one's going over there. Okay, so that's our next little thing we're going to do. I'm not even going to shut the camera off. Let's just get her going. I know time is money, and you just want to see what's up next, don't you? Okay. All right. So here's our next can. Okay. I've got the fitting in there, and let's see where my Phillips is. I'm gonna unscrew this just a little bit further, because see, this time I got 2 wires coming in here, right? Whenever I can do something down on the ground, I might as well. There's only so long I can last up in the attic. Okay, so I got 2 wires here, 2 12 gauge, 12-2 with ground wire cables here. I cut them 5 foot. I had a 10-foot piece left. I just happen to have. Okay, so now we're going to have more wires in this box, aren't we? I try not to do any more than 2 wires. I mean, I could if I had to do something different, you can always put extra wires in there for other things, what have you. Okay, so I'm just going to fold them tight like that, slip it in there, and I want to kind of bend it like this just so it's going to loop right up in there, you know. You see? And that's plenty. That's plenty of pigtail like that. That's more than adequate, right? Okay, so I can just leave that right there. I want you to see this, so I'm going to run that sideways. I'm going to hold those flat. You don't want to get one cattywampus onto the other one. Just keep them flat, you know. That way this tab is going to go on there nice and tight. You want to do these evenly. You don't want to do one and try to tighten it all the way, and then this other side's not going to tighten up as much, and it might put too much kink on your wire or something. So I just look at the back side of the screws, okay, because they're thin too. They're going to clamp down on this a little bit, and you could even bend the tab a little bit. You get it too tight, but you're just pressing. That's all it is. You're pressing on here, clamping it, and getting that wire snug. You've got a question, make it a little bit tighter. If you think one side's too tight, you can loosen it up a little bit, tighten the other side down, look at that. I mean, I don't have to overdo it, just make it snug as a bug in a rug, that's all. Okay, so much for my nail bag. This should all be in my nail bag. I got my dad's, like Pop's nail bag, and I should get my own, shouldn't I? I'm going to be here for a while. Okay, now I got to strip these wires. Just going to take my sheetrock knife. Keep your fingers out of the way. Okay, I'm just going to score that. I know I'm on top of the carpet. Depress this when you're not using it, okay? I just pull that, and I'm going to stretch this, and it kind of gets it out of the way a little bit. I can just cut that off. Okay, now here's some paper. Take that and pull on it. I can kind of slide that one out of the way as I get ready for the next one. I'm just going to score that. I know I'm on top of the carpet. Depress this when you're not using it, okay? I just pull that, and I'm going to stretch this, and it kind of gets it out of the way a little bit. I can just cut that off. Okay, now here's some paper. Take that and pull on it. I can kind of slide that one out of the way as I get ready for the next one. I should not have my hand there. I should always keep my hand out of the way in case you slip. You got your hand here, you can cut right over your thumb, your finger. I've done it before. Just about everybody has. So like if you start it, you can do just a little bit. Then you can hold your hand up above it in case it slides off. You'll think, oh, I'll never slide off. But all of a sudden, son of a gun, you did. You'll be glad you had your hand out of the way. Okay, so far so good. I got my ground wires. I'm just going to kind of get that out of the way. Now I'm going to strip this back. Remember I went about a ½ inch before, or 3/8 you can go if you think it needs to be longer. You don't have to get your tape measure out. If you want it to do it, you can. I like my construction light. It really comes in handy for all kinds of stuff, and it helps me, you know. I can hold this here, I can put my hand back here and kind of steady the wire, get it right where it needs to go, press down on it, and pull it off. Make sure you get it in the right one. I used number 12 on here. Okay, now let's go ahead. I'm just going to kind of situate the wires, and I'm going to push the ground wires in tight to the box first. So I'm going to situate those so I know as I push them down, I can push them all the way down in there. Okay, so now get these other wires out of the way, and because I got these cool connection pieces, this little connection piece, I can just quickly push it in there, take this, bend it, and direct it, and push it in. You got any questions, you can look through the end of this plastic thing. Okay, now I can push it down there and spaghetti it in. That's what I call it. I can just push it all the way down in there, redirect it a little bit if I have to, and push it all the way down, and away it goes. Now, does it matter which one I do? I can do the white one first or the black one. Let's just do the white one. Can you tell I'm having fun with this? It's fun doing stuff like this. And you can do this too. I know you can. Okay, so the same thing. Push this down. I can bend it, get all the way back in the box, get this wire out of the way, and if I have to reposition the wires I can. They're flexible enough to where you can push them in there. Now see, this was the one from the light. This is oh, what do you call it? A stranded wires. It's not a solid wire. See, I can just roll it up however I want. That one's not going to hurt anything. Okay. So now take my blacks, and like I said, it doesn't matter which one goes to which. There, it's that easy. You push that in there, just like that. The way I'm ready for my little bracket. Look at that, make sure I've got enough room for it. And voila, I am ready. Look at that, I'm ready to put that up. I like it. Now, do I need to move these out a little bit? Probably not. I'm just gonna do it gently, okay? All right, let's put this up, shall we?